Hey everybody, this is Zach Does All the Things. Believe it or not, behind me is a sailboat. At least it will be at the end of this video. I'm gonna show you how to set up and rig what is called a wildflower. It's kind of like a puffer or a big sunfish, if you know what that is, and it should be pretty fun. So some disclaimers here. One, I am doing this alone. It's better to do with a partner, but social distancing. And I know I'm sunburnt. Sunblock has been applied. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you piece by piece how to put this together. I've got a lot of pieces laid out. I'm gonna take you over to look at some of those, and I'm probably not going to be using the technical jargon that you would if you actually knew what you were doing, but I've been sailing for a long time, so I'm just gonna try to figure it out. Here we go. So let's take a look at what we're starting with at least. We've got pretty much nothing, except this, which is the boom. But yeah, we gotta do most of the work setting this up, which is why I'll take you over here. There's a lot of bits and pieces over here, some rope, some other stuff, dagger board, rudder, those are sails, not folded well. And then this guy right here, this big mast, which is actually two pieces that I put together for you here. We'll start with the big stuff and put the little things in as we go. But the big mamma jamma that we got to work with first is this mast. Now there's a few things to note about it. First, I haven't laid any of the rope into it. That's the rope that we're going to use to hoist our mainsail and our jib sails. I can show you how to do that pretty easily. I've got this smaller rope here, that's for the jib. And here I've got the rope for the mainsail. I'm going to take that little wheel and I'm going to thread it all the way up through that. And then this right here is where we'll put the jib sail. It's important that we do all this first, otherwise when we put the sail up, we won't be able to reach where we have to put the rope in. And I did that twice when I was trying to figure this out before I started filming, so I don't want to do that again. And voila, that is threaded, that is too. And I've threaded it through this bottom part and tied it off. Because when we stand that up, we want to make sure that stuff ain't flying around, or otherwise it gets a little cray-cray. Here's probably the toughest part of the entire thing. I have to take that honkin' mast and put it up all by myself. So I'm gonna stand it up into the center and I'm going to lift it up, and what you'll see next is me slowly positioning it and then locking it in with the metal wires that are hooked into each side of the boat. All right? Okay, mast raised, and I didn't die. That's not a good noise. The rope ran away. The rope ran away. So I have to take it down again. Stay hydrated. I do it for you. I do it for the views. I do it for your enjoyment. I do it for me. Nobody's watching, right? Now I'm done with that. Next up, I'm gonna put in the mainsail. Should be a simple process. I'm going to take this, and you'll see this kind of goes inside the mast. It'll just slide up. And this will hold on to the boom, it'll hold on to the sail, and it'll keep itself locked with this nice little rope. Let's get to it. Easiest move of the day. All right, Zach. So, talk to me about the mainsail. Well, there's only a few things you need to know. First is I'm going to tie the sheet that pulls it up to this little hole. It's got this little ribbing in here that will slide into that little slot in the mast that you saw. Yeah, I'm just gonna hoist it up and tie it down. And then I'll also end up tying it to the boom, and you'll see, just watching this general area, you'll find it. Don't look at me. Peekaboo. So now that I've got the sail up, I'm going to lock it into this, the downhaul, and I'm just going to tie it off so that it doesn't go anywhere up and down. So take a look at what I did just now. I hooked this into the sail and I yanked it down with this, tying it off so that no matter what happens, since this is tied down here and it's tied up here, it'll never go anywhere. I think. I hope. All right, let's put that boom in. It's called the boom because it'll go boom when it hits you in the head because you weren't watching. Simple enough. We got this little rod. There's a little hole in the end here. Slide it right on, like so. And that's pretty much it, except I'm gonna tie it off to the back end of the sail so that it doesn't go wobbling around and it'll stay up. You'll see. Ta-da! All I had to do was pull it tight and now this boom pretty much levitates. I'm gonna tie it off right here and boom shakalak. You got a boom. Okay, so we're nearing the end here. I just have to put in that jib sail, which is a little bit more complicated, maybe. And then I can put in the extra pieces and you can watch me go sailing. So here we're looking at a jib sail. It's basically the same idea. I'm gonna hook it through the metal wire instead. You can see these little hooks like this. We'll just wrap it around. We'll tie it off to a piece of rope that we hung before, and then we'll just pull it right up. Here's the interesting thing about jib sails is they've got these two lines at the end so that we can direct which way we catch the wind. If I put this rope on the right, I can tie it down to my locks over here. If I put this on the left, I can tie it down on my other locks, and while we're sailing, I can switch which side the sail is on in order to catch the most wind. All right, after a few adjustments, we've got our jib up. It's getting windy, so we're gonna throw our rudder on, then throw our daggerboard in as we get out onto the pier here, and I'm gonna go try and sail this thing. Never done it before. I have sailed, just not this. Things like it, I promise. The back of the boat's got hooks. You put the rudder on the hooks, the end. Oobla dee oobla da. I've got a rudder now. Move it up, because we're gonna move it, we don't want it to drag, and we'll push off. Also, my dad showed up and he's the cameraman now, so hey.
Hey.
Throwing this in because I don't want to use it right away, otherwise I would not go anywhere. This makes sure the boat goes straight when it's in the water. Unless you want to go sideways. Sometimes you take it out so you can go sideways. We got everything set up. I'm gonna get ready and I will see you on the water. Well, I've run aground, so that means this episode's over. But thank you for watching. This has been Zach Does All the Things. Please check out my music channel, subscribe, comment, like, tell me what you want to see next. And until then,
Sailing takes me away.
until then,